Hello, my name is Sharona Justman. I'm the co-founder of the Israel Conference. And today I'm delighted to introduce to you Bezalel Raviv. He's the founder of Lionsgate Network. Lionsgate Network is dealing with cryptocurrency and is doing some very important work now, especially in Israel. Bezalel, welcome. Would you tell us a little bit about your business, Lionsgate, and how you founded it, how your people are working it, what kind of expertise you have, and what are some of the results that you're achieving?
All right, that many questions. So first of all, thank you for having me, Sharona. Great to see you after our last meeting in Tel Aviv. Lionsgate Network is basically blockchain analysis. That's the essence of what we do, and cyber intelligence related to cryptocurrencies and services of recovery of lost crypto on multiple blockchains. That's what we do. We do it. It's a startup which I founded about 14 months ago, and the purpose was to give some remedy to a $50 billion pain that is basically out of service or given service by a few companies in the world today. And it was an incredible journey, and it was step by step. And at the moment, we are servicing not only the B2C, but also B2G, which I can elaborate on further in the conversation. Uh, what have I missed?
Initially, when we first met, you had a wonderful company named Hallelujah. And Hallelujah is dealing with the music scene. How does that company work, and how did you pivot that company into Lionsgate?
So Hallelujah was about taking music copyright, a very complex issue, and in a very cutthroat business, right? And we said the premise of Hallelujah was let's take music copyrights and place them on the best managemental tool of a new technology called blockchain, right? So that was the big premise of Hallelujah. And we wanted to introduce music copyrights to different domains like metaverse and Web3 environments. Truth of the matter was that these environments did not evolve as much as we thought they would. So I said to myself, as the founder of Hallelujah, what can we do with all the knowledge that we've collected, that we've harnessed it? And the feedback was, let's try to basically offer analysis service of blockchain to investors that have lost communications with their crypto funds. Now, blockchain and crypto are obviously cohesive, but crypto is a $1.4 trillion in valuation at the moment. Last time I checked, that was yesterday. So it's a huge market. It's 5% of the entire world capital, but there's so much problem with it because a lot of it doesn't require you to identify yourself as a user, right? And obviously, it's
Right.
an invite, it's an open door to a lot of, black hats. So from Hallelujah, which is all about music copyrights being managed on blockchain, the passage or the pivot, as you said, to monitoring blockchain transactions, it's actually in the same family. And the service is obviously far, far needed because it's security oriented.
So you've been having success with Hallelujah, many clients securing appropriate payments and following it using the blockchain, managing the crypto side. Then the war breaks out in Israel on October 7th. What happened? Where did the light bulb go off that you thought that this could also support activities that would help protect Israel?
Right. So just to set things in order, 14 months ago, I've surrendered because that's what you do as an entrepreneur. You also need to know when to pause and assess. And you have to be very honest with yourself. And mirror is not there to be kind. It's there to surface truth. And for us and for me as founder of Hallelujah, it was let's pause with that project for a moment. Metaverses are not happening. So sorry to everyone who's adoring and religious about metaverses. They did not pick up the way we wanted to. And basically, I was like, okay, what we're gonna do? Family business, personal matters, was, I was invited to experience in my life. I had to pause everything, and I had to reassess also, my place as an entrepreneur in a very fast forward industry. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Lionsgate Network, 3 months of R&D, and then like crazy Israelis, like in the film, like how people understand Israelis from outside Israel, right? Those crazy people got into the water like Navy SEAL to see what's there for the project. And what I want to always see when I, offer a new project is how people react to it, right? It's the stage. You can work on your music on the, in your living room, but eventually we'll take it to stage and the crowd will tell you what's going on. And we got enormous applications of people that never got any attention from the authorities, because the authorities are still trying to open new doors with old keys. It doesn't work. So we were like, okay, amazing. Let's do this for you. So we're talking about hundreds of different clients at POC, right? From all around the world, from America to Australia. And at that point, we're like B2C, right? The information that we've processed through the hundreds of cases, Sharona, were incredible to me. Seeing that a lot of the attacks are by Eastern countries to Western civilians, right? So all of a sudden, I'm seeing that mimicking of what we know in the world today from the Israeli perspective of war games taking place also in crypto space, and that was phenomenal. And I'm like, okay, there's a bigger picture here. Okay. When the war broke, October 7th, I was in Switzerland on a trip. And on the fourth day, I'm getting a phone call from a friend of mine, Hilas Ruhr, who is basically saying, listen, I'm with Microsoft Israel on the phone, one of the good guys at Microsoft Israel, Itai Rosenblatt, and she's saying, we have some crypto wallets that we suspect are of Hamas. These wallets are filled with a lot of money, but in order for us to seize the money by government or by court, we must have the evidence. We don't have it. Do you mind trying? And I'm like, girl, send it. What are you waiting for? Just send it already so we can see what we can do. Because we've done hundreds of cases for personal people, which we've solved. And I think it took us 4 minutes to solve that first case, which
Wow.
basically we cross-reference from just a TX transaction to an actual identity. And we were like, okay, this is better than we thought.
Can you set up the scenario a little bit?
Yeah.
What is the source? What are you unraveling, and what are you discovering?
Right. So Lionsgate Network has 3 different departments that have to work in concert in order for us to finalize a case. It's not a one-man show. It's a band. And everything starts with blockchain analysis, which basically gives us the actual location of where the money is, right? It's not with Chase Bank or any other bank. It's basically between wallets, right? We're talking about crypto money. It could be between cold and cold wallet, or hot and hot wallet, Binance and crypto.com. It could be anywhere. So basically, we need to figure out where the money is at this very minute. And once we have that information, we are going to move to the most adventurous part, which is to figure out who is the person or entity, what is the entity behind the wallet, okay? Because wallet of a crypto is basically numbers and letters, right? There's no ID, there's no KYC. In most cases, you don't have to even, register. And even if you need to go through KYC, you can just use proxy, right? So it's very much in the shadows. And our job is to offer the spotlight. And we like that because we're from show business. So we understand the power of a spotlight. So second step is cyber intelligence. We understand, and that's our job. And we're very good at this because we have an incredible method that works, whether it's Hamas or someone that scammed another person online through Facebook or Tinder or whatever. And with the identity, we are able to get the fraud AML team in order for them to basically execute the recovery, the actual recovery, or the freezing of funds, which is in the case of Hamas. Over 100 wallets altogether, millions of dollars, that basically got frozen thanks to the fact that we had the actual ID proof to bring over to court, signed by Mr. Gallant, the Minister of Defense in Israel. And that was the conclusion of that specific case.
So if we take it, let's take a look at what Lionsgate Network is started to do and is doing now. Because money is being transferred from bad guys to horrible guys, or money is being transferred from the funders of Hamas to Hamas operatives. And Microsoft Israel identified this as a problem and reached out to you to see if you might have a direct and immediate solution, which you did. And you've been able to identify the destiny of the money, the Hamas wallet that is receiving the cryptocurrency. And then you're able to freeze that wallet and take that money back, which the Israeli government now is holding, instead of that money going to the Hamas operative. Does that paint the picture a little bit of the cycle of the money?
Yeah, you just missed out on the fact that the Ministry of Defense, they had the wallets. They already scraped the Telegram groups of Hamas, and they had the wallets, which they, offered to that specific information to Microsoft in order for them to maybe help figure it out, because they couldn't. So yeah, that is the overall. Everything starts with an address. You have to have the address. That is the first forensic element necessary when we conduct an investigation. And it doesn't matter if it's, again, a crypto scam over romantic scam on Tinder, someone swiping right to the wrong person, or a donation campaign, Save the Gazan, that's the face. In the back end are underground terrorist rats trying to destroy peace efforts with Israel and Palestinians, right? So what we do essentially is to support peace, to be honest with you, because I know that militant, approach is to kill as many people as possible. And I say, I don't believe in that. I think that's a lot of blood, and that's very messy. I think a better way is just to shut down just to cut off the cord of money, going to wrong hands. And without money, you can't start a war, you can't continue it, and you can't end it. It's basically game over. I think that's a cleaner approach to wars in general. Let's just instead of throwing bombs, which is amazing, right? I mean, thankfully we have good equipment there, but I say let's just make sure that you're not going to be able to see the money that you're using to corrupt people and buy terrorist provision, enabling you to play that game.
Well, that's a very noble effort that you're performing with Lionsgate Network. And you mentioned that you've been able to intercept 100 wallets. How much money has that equated to?
The numbers are with the Ministry of Defense, because we have not gone after the money. Our operation ended and started with the evidence. Okay, so whatever the Ministry of Defense did, and continuous to what we've done, was to making sure that every dollar is not in movement through the exchanges that held that money. And in that case, it was the originally Chinese exchange, again, speaking about nationalist, patriotic kind of mimicking from reality, Binance, right? So we see the triangle between China and Russia and Hamas and North Korea, right? Black hats. And we're seeing America, Israel, Europe, right? And I think that the picture is clear now to a lot of people that dormanted through the past 30 years. It's kind of vivid who's playing what, right? So how much money? There were quotes of 90 million US dollars that we were able to intercept. For us, it's not about how much money, it's about successful operation to freeze what's wrong and recover what's right. And that's our philosophy to what we do. I like that sentence. I should write it.
Yes. The Chinese firm Binance was enabling the transfer of money
It
from
used to
the
be,
funders of terror?
yeah, it used to be Chinese. CZ is Chinese by nationality and now recovered as Canadian. So, it started all in China. So I think they're playing Purim uh, as a corporate, Uh, Purim is coming right up. So in China, they play that game a lot. Uh, so, um, so Hamas chose to carry or bank with Binance, right? They wouldn't do it with crypto.com or other American exchanges, right? So basically, it shows you intent, right? Tell me who your friends are. I'll tell you who you are, kind of. So, so basically, yeah, they chose Binance. It says something.
And can you identify the source of the money as well in your process, or only the destination?
Of course, we are after the source. So basically, what we can do right now is to identify the receiver of funds, right? And since the campaign with the Ministry of Defense, we really got a kick out of unveiling who were the senders, right? So, because that's also important, because when you also send crypto, you think you are not being noticed. So, we have an interesting campaign. I can't talk about it too much because it's still not to be conversed. But can you imagine if we had known who donated to Hamas and they are actually figures that you wouldn't that they wouldn't wire their money with their Chase Bank, but they would with crypto. So it gives us again glimpses into the unknown, uh, and it's incredible because the whole industry right now, we're talking about blockchain, right? It needs the beacon. It needs the responsibility and the trust to basically uh, dialysis, if you can say that. It needs a dialysis of bad actors because they've really corrupted one of the most beautiful technologies that we came across. And it's not a $100 trillion market, in my opinion, because of a lot of clowns that intercepted the technology. So now we're like, okay, guys, we got the game. Now we would like to intercept you. So hopefully we've covered 0.2% of blockchain landscape. Our mission is to cover 100%. Obviously, for that, we need the means, we need the manpower, we need the intellect, we need the dedication to be able to do something like that. Because I can speak about it, and it sounds like spreading hot butter over bread. But the truth of the matter is, it's complex, um, and we want to be able to map out blockchain transactions on a daily basis with a single day rendering, if you will, and it will give us a different blockchain.
Yeah, aren't you making a major shift in blockchain and crypto if you're able to identify source and destination? The beauty of crypto is that you have private transactions and now you are able to track it, which takes away the anti-money laundering abilities, and you've exposed a real crack in that wall.
Yeah, I think that the beauty about crypto and non-centralized, decentralized technology and capital and ownership of money and transaction that doesn't have to go through a middleman, hence bank or exchanges, or I think that's the beauty about it. Not the fact that you can, that you have the anonymity is. I see the service, but I say if you don't have to hide, why would you want to disguise? It's simple logic. And the beauty about blockchain is that it allows you to be the owner and the manager and the CEO and the boss of your capital. And you don't have to bank it with anyone but yourself. And that's why you have to be responsible. So you level up to a responsibility kind of space. If you lose your seed phrase, yes, you lost your money. But just like if you lost your wallet, you lost your money, right? It's the same idea. So centralization gave you the I'm searching for the word, the illusion that you are they got your back, right? The truth is that they don't got your back. They got your money, and you got your back. And 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 I think it's pivotal in how we perceive ownership, right? And on assets, on achievements, on milestones in everyone's life. And for me, it's an awakening to see more and more people. They say it's only 5%. 5% in a 150 years old industry is incredible achievement in only 14 years.
Absolutely true. Bezalel, where do you see Lionsgate activity going from here forward? And what do you need to expand it?
I'm going to answer to you from the back. And from the back, we need the greatest minds to be able to figure out methods to track each and every blockchain transaction related to cryptocurrencies in real time, okay?
Right.
And figure out how to run a dialysis on bad actors within crypto. It's not going to be easy. That's why we kind of need really the good guys that at the moment are very comfortable with an anonymity. And I see what it means. I get what it means, right? Limelight comes with exposure. So I encourage people that are incredible in blockchain understanding and forensic and analysis to step from shadows to light. That's one thing.
Well, where do you see Lionsgate expanding to now that you've been so helpful to the Israeli government? Do you see that continuing, especially during this
Right.
war period and then beyond the war?
So like I said, crypto wars are endless and they take place on a daily basis, and the battlefield is messy. So for us, we want to be able to serve as much as possible in the sense of offer a great technology, a comprehensive solution to problems and basically cases that are being caused on a daily basis, right? We've analyzed successfully 13 different scenarios that we solved end to end, right? With the transparency that we offer to blockchain, we believe it's going to grow far faster than in the past 12 years. And since we believe in the technology and we believe in the philosophy of the technology, we want to help people feel more safe, help people feel more secured about using blockchain. And for that, they need to know, end users, whether they are governments or crypto wallets or exchanges, or the common Joe, right? They need to know that if something is going to F up, there will be a solution for them. And I think that is going to be incremental to growth of blockchain usage.
Would you see the future of Lionsgate being one where a transaction is presented through crypto, but it doesn't go to the proper destination, and Lionsgate is able to intercept the destination, hold the funds until it can get redirected to the appropriate destination?
We do not see the company as becoming custodian for others people's money. I think that actually, negate the purpose of blockchain, right? We don't want to hold money. We don't want to be the Chase Bank of crypto. No, we think the best way is just to monitor, protect, and secure whatever is happening out there. Okay, and when someone decides to interrupt the harmony of crypto transactions on whatever blockchain, we just need them to know that we'll be there, just like an antivirus, right? We'll be there to intercept. We'll be there to locate. We'll be there to escort you out of the room or the cloud or whatever. We'll be there to give that service. And I think that's a more intuitive solution to crypto in essence.
So, with respect to Israel right now, you are actually interrupting the harmony of the blockchain, and it's to create a good and to reverse a bad, so that the money doesn't get into the hands of a Hamas terrorist, and thus you're slowing down the rate of which terrorism is funded. So Lionsgate is an active disruptor to the whole crypto scene.
Yeah, you can say it this way. I mean, if I needed to communicate the message, I would say that we are taking the bad notes out of a beautiful harmony.
Well, that's very impressive. And do you feel that you can help to shut down the Hamas terror network by removing the funding?
Yeah, I think we're very innovative in looking at how the devil will act, right? We can wear that costume for that scene in order for us to be able to intercept, because interception is not only technology, it's also understanding of what is the expected move, right? So as soon as we intercepted over 100 wallets and tons of money with it, they've already moved from crypto to something else. But we were there because we expected a change of direction, as naturally we should. Um, so, so yeah, innovation is technology, but innovation is first of all imagination, and imagination gives us very good tools to indicate a problem, but also to address a solution, a remedy to that problem.
You're doing really something awesome. You've changed the way of crypto. You're intercepting money that would fund terrorism and thus death, and you're saving lives. Very impressive, Bezalel. Thank you for spending some time
I
with me
appreciate.
and for discussing Lionsgate and Hallelujah and you.
Thank you, Sharona. Thank you, and we'll see each other soon, I guess.
Absolutely. Lehitraot.
להתראות.
To see more conversations with extraordinary Israeli entrepreneurs, visit theisraelconference.org.